Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and maximizing our storage space in our home and in our sewing room is very important. Every space is definitely well worth using. Having an open storage bag leaves us with a lot of open opportunities to store. For this project, we're only going to need 2 fat quarters. Place both fat quarters together. Trim off the edges so that the fat quarter edges are all squared up. Once I've trimmed it up, my size is 18.5 inches by about 21.5 inches. Yours can be slightly different, and that's fine because we're going to trim it down after so that all the pieces are the same size. From here, we need to find a center line. The easiest is just folding that top piece in half and finger press the 2 ends. And when we open it up, the fold lines will be the center lines. And if they're not very clear to see, just put a little pin at the end of each of those folds. We will need to make 2 cuts, coming from the top down to the bottom on each edge. So we're going to be making a triangular shape in the center. From that center point over, draw a line at 2.5 inches. And then on the other side of the pin, do another line at 2.5 inches. So we will have a 5-inch piece up at the top. On the bottom, we need a 6-inch mark coming from both sides, so we will have a 12-inch piece. I need to cut a line from this top mark down to the bottom mark. So I'm going to have a wedge or a pie shape. And that's 1 cut. We need to repeat this on the other side, matching up the 2 lines. That center wedge is going to be the outside fabric for the hanging bag. The 2 side pieces we will sew together. We're going to be able to just take those 2 edges and sew those pieces together. Match up the straight center edge and stitch down a 1/4 inch. So I'll have 2 edges to stitch. Press the seams open and flat. We now have created 2 pie shapes that are similar in size to that center cut. We need to take the pieced ones and the center ones and make sure that they're the same size. Place all 4 pieces together. From here, we can just trim off a little bit of the edges just to make sure that they're all the same size. The size is not important. We just need this shape. So I'll trim off just a little bit on all 4 edges. And that way I know they're all going to be exactly the same size. We need to sew these top seams together first. So match up your fabrics so that the right sides are facing and stitch a 1/4 inch along the top of the one and the top of the second one. Press those seams open. We now have these long pieces. They're skinny in the center and they come out wide. Match up the pieces with right sides together. Stitch those pieces together along the 2 long sides, but do not stitch these big ends together. We now have this long hourglass shape, and we can turn this right side out. Press those seams so that they're meeting up along the edges on both long sides. Once it's pressed flat, we need to find something for the center. This is going to be folded in half, and it's going to hang on the door, so we need some type of a hoop up at the top. You can get different handles for purses, and you would be able to take that and put it in, or we can use a curtain tie back. The curtain tie back has a little tassel on one end and 2 loops in the center. Place both loops at the same time through the center, coming right up to the top. We need to put whatever we want up at the top first. Fold your hourglass in half and meet up these edges. Take the 2 inside fabrics and match them up. So we're going to have these outside pieces loose. Move the 2 top pieces out of the way. Pin that center piece together. So what it looks like is the center piece is pinned and the outside is not. Right around to that front piece. You'll be able to go about 1 inch or so and pin, and do that to just one side. And we still have that tube shape with our top piece inside. And start stitching a little bit on that front fabric. Stitch a 1/4 inch all the way along. And when you come to the other side, you want to stitch a little bit on that front side. It will seem very weird sewing that seam because we do need to keep those outside flaps out of the way. By catching a little bit of that second fabric on each side, it's going to give us a nice finish. And just take that bottom and pull it. We have an opening on the one side, but it's been closed a little bit on each end. And the other side, it's completely flat. And we have our hanging loop in the middle of this big tube. We can now close the seam by having one fabric lay flat and that second piece folded over 1/4 inch, so it's going to fit right on top, and press. Once this little seam has been pressed and the bottom is flat, do a row of top stitching right along that edge. The bottom is now sealed up. Because this is a big loop, we're going to be able to do a row of top stitching all the way along the edge. And we can do that on both sides. This big loop will now become the open storage bag. The skinniest part is the part that's going to hang up at the top. If we have a ring, we don't need to do anything. But in my case, I'd like this tassel to hang over top. So I need to put a twist in it. I'm going to take this loop and twist it. And where that fold is, it's going to come forward. I will have 4 ropes up at the top, and the tassel will hang down. You can either just leave it this way or do a couple of stitches in the top just to hold that all together. This bag will now be able to be hung up. It could go on a hook on the back of the door or even hang in a closet. And we have this nice big opening where we can store all sorts of things. It can sit in the back of a bathroom door, and we can put some extra towels here. If we bring it into the sewing room, we can use it to store our rolled interfacing, and this can get quite wide. We can also do a row of stitching and make sections. By having the extra rows of stitching, we're going to be able to customize the sizes that we need. We can stack toilet paper in here, bring it in the kitchen for dishcloths. We can even hang them in the closet. An open storage bag is a great way for us to maximize our storage space. There are so many different things that we can store in this. What would you keep in it? Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.